Attraction isn't a choice, it's a biological response. Like your mouth waters when you see delicious food, something deep and instinctual triggers a woman's desire. But here's the thing, what sparks attraction in men and women is entirely different. Men experience instant attraction based on looks alone. A beautiful face and a fit body, that's all it takes. Women, on the other hand, are wired differently. Their attraction isn't just about what they see, but about their feelings. It's about the energy a man gives off, his confidence, and how he moves through the world. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how female attraction works, why so many men get it wrong, and most importantly, how you can trigger a woman's desire effortlessly. You don't need movie star looks or a billionaire's bank account. You need to understand the psychology behind attraction and how to create it within the first few minutes of interaction. By the end of this video, you'll know the key differences between male and female attraction, why the friend zone happens, and the exact traits that make a woman feel that deep, undeniable pull toward a man. And if you stick around, I'll reveal a powerful method that will transform how women respond to you without you having to change who you are. Let's dive in. 1. The difference between male and female attraction. Attraction is a complex psychological and biological process, but one of the most striking differences between men and women is how they experience it. For men, attraction is often instant and visually driven. A glance at a woman who meets specific physical criteria, youthfulness, health, symmetry, can spark immediate interest. This response is deeply rooted in biology, as men are naturally inclined to seek partners who exhibit signs of fertility and vitality. While emotional connections can develop over time, a man's initial attraction is primarily based on what he sees. Women, on the other hand, do not experience attraction in the same instant, purely visual way. While they may appreciate a man's appearance, their more profound attraction is triggered by factors beyond looks. Women subconsciously evaluate a man's potential for long-term success, security, and social value. They assess how he carries himself, how he interacts with others, and whether he exudes confidence and emotional stability. A man's ability to provide a sense of security, both emotionally and materially, plays a significant role in how a woman perceives him as a potential partner. This fundamental difference often leads to confusion in dating and relationships. Men may assume that simply looking good is enough to spark attraction, but attraction is a layered process that unfolds over time for women. A man's presence, behavior, and ability to navigate life's challenges contribute more to his desirability than just his physical features. This is why a man who might not fit conventional beauty standards can still be beautiful if he possesses ambition, resilience, and leadership traits. The key takeaway for men seeking to build attraction is to focus on personal growth rather than superficial changes. Confidence, social intelligence, and the ability to create an engaging and emotionally stimulating connection matter far more than physical appearance. While men may feel a strong pull toward visual beauty, women respond to deeper qualities that indicate long-term stability and emotional security. Understanding this distinction allows men to shift their focus from seeking immediate validation to cultivating the traits that naturally draw women in over time. 2. How women evaluate men during interaction. Attraction for women is rarely based on looks alone. While physical appearance may create an initial impression, what determines attraction is how a man carries himself during the interaction. Women subconsciously assess a man's confidence, social standing, and emotional resilience, often without realizing they are doing it. This evaluation process happens quickly, sometimes within minutes, shaping how she perceives him and whether she feels drawn to him. Confidence is one of the most potent indicators of attractiveness. A man who is secure in himself, who doesn't seek constant validation, and who engages in conversation with ease, naturally commands attention. Women pick up on subtle cues: eye contact, posture, tone of voice, and maintaining composure under pressure. If a man hesitates too much, second-guesses himself, or appears nervous, it signals insecurity, which can lower attraction. On the other hand, someone who expresses himself with certainty, is unafraid to take up space in a conversation, and remains unfazed by external pressures, exudes an undeniable magnetism. Beyond confidence, social standing plays a key role. Women note how others react to a man, whether he is respected or ignored in social settings. A man who moves comfortably in different environments can engage others with charm and wit and appears to be valued by his peers, creating an impression of high social status. This is not necessarily about wealth or power, but how he navigates social dynamics. If people enjoy his presence and he commands respect, it sends a strong message about his value. Another major factor is emotional resilience. A man who crumbles under pressure or reacts poorly to challenges comes across as unreliable, while one who handles setbacks with a level head demonstrates strength. Women look for signs that a man can maintain stability in difficult situations. If he is easily flustered or overly concerned with others' opinions, it suggests a lack of inner strength. However, if he remains composed, adapts to circumstances quickly, and maintains a sense of humor even in challenging moments, it signals a deep level of resilience that women find highly attractive. There are also specific traits that naturally enhance a man's appeal. Humor, for example, is one of the most effective ways to establish a connection. A man who can make a woman laugh shows intelligence, quick thinking, and an ability to create comfort. Charm and charisma enhance his presence, making interactions feel engaging rather than routine. Masculinity expressed in physical form, but in attitude, decisiveness, and assertiveness. Unpredictability keeps things exciting, preventing interactions from feeling dull or predictable. And finally, social intelligence. The ability to read a room, understand nuances in conversation, and respond accordingly sets apart men who are genuinely captivating from those who struggle to make an impact. Ultimately, attraction is not about perfection. Women don't expect men to be flawless, but they gravitate toward those who exude self-assurance, easily navigate social situations, and demonstrate emotional strength. Instead of focusing solely on appearance or waiting for the perfect moment, men should cultivate these qualities naturally. By embracing confidence, refining social skills, and developing resilience, they create interactions that leave a lasting impression, ensuring that attraction is a fleeting moment and a genuine connection. 3. Why most men fail with women. Many men approach relationships with the idea that being overly friendly will eventually lead to attraction. They believe women will gradually develop romantic feelings for them if they spend enough time talking, listening, and being supportive. However, this strategy often backfires, pushing them into the dreaded friend zone instead of creating desire. While kindness and emotional support are essential in a long-term relationship, they are not enough to spark initial attraction. The core problem lies in the absence of sexual tension. When a man avoids flirtation, playfulness, or any behavior that conveys romantic interest, he positions himself as just another friend. Women may appreciate his presence, but without an element of excitement or intrigue, they won't view him as a romantic option. This is why many men who rely on the "let's be friends first" method find themselves stuck. She enjoys their company but doesn't feel the chemistry needed for anything more. For attraction to take hold, there must be an element of polarity. Confidence, assertiveness, and a willingness to express interest without fear of rejection are traits that signal to a woman that a man is someone worth considering romantically. This doesn't mean a man needs to be aggressive or pushy, but he should avoid suppressing his natural attraction out of fear of making things awkward. A woman needs to sense a certain level of masculine energy. Through teasing, eye contact, or subtle physical gestures that sets the dynamic apart from a platonic friendship. Unless a man is beautiful, wealthy, or holds high status, trying to win a woman's heart through passive friendliness is unlikely. Women don't consciously place men in the friend zone. They simply follow their instincts. If she doesn't feel a spark, it doesn't matter how much time he spends with her. He will always remain a brotherly figure rather than a romantic partner. The key takeaway here is that attraction isn't something that can be negotiated or built purely through proximity. Instead of waiting for a woman to realize his worth, a man should focus on cultivating confidence, displaying light-hearted dominance, and creating moments of intrigue. Relationships don't begin in the friend zone. They start with a clear sense of attraction. A man who understands this will avoid falling into the trap many others unknowingly set for themselves. 4. The successful approach. Triggering attraction first. Men who consistently succeed with women understand one crucial principle. Attraction does not grow over time through mere kindness or persistence. It is an immediate spark, an instinctual pull that draws a woman toward a man. While emotional connection and long-term compatibility are essential for a lasting relationship, the foundation of attraction must be established first. Without it, any attempt to build something deeper will likely be met with indifference or, at best, lukewarm engagement. The correct approach to winning a woman's interest starts with initially triggering attraction. Confidence, humor, and charm are the key elements that make a man stand out. Confidence is not about arrogance or bravado, but about self-assuredness, knowing who you are, being comfortable in your skin, and projecting certainty in your words and actions. Women instinctively respond to a man who carries himself with purpose, speaks with clarity, and doesn't hesitate in his actions. Humor, when used correctly, further amplifies this attraction. A man who can make a woman laugh creates an emotional response that lowers her guard and makes interactions enjoyable. On the other hand, charm is about presence, making her feel seen, engaged, and valued in a natural rather than forced way. Once attraction is sparked, the next step is building an emotional connection. This does not mean oversharing personal struggles or trying to impress her with achievements, but instead creating a space where she feels comfortable and understood. Women are drawn to men who listen, genuinely engage in conversation, and offer a balance of playfulness and depth. By demonstrating that you are both excited and emotionally attuned, you establish the foundation for something more meaningful. From there, escalating the interaction is natural. The process should feel seamless rather than forced, whether it leads to a date, a deeper emotional bond, or physical intimacy. A common mistake many men make is assuming that attraction will develop simply by being consistently lovely, supportive, or continuously available. While kindness is essential, it is not the primary driver of romantic interest. Women respect men who take the initiative and confidently move things forward, rather than waiting for permission or a perfect moment. Conversely, an incorrect approach places too much emphasis on external factors, wealth, physical appearance, or professional success, while neglecting social and emotional intelligence. While financial stability or a fit physique can enhance a man's appeal, they are not substitutes for genuine connection. A man who relies solely on material status without developing his ability to engage and intrigue will struggle to maintain a woman's interest beyond surface-level attraction. Ultimately, success with women is not about tricks or manipulation. It is about understanding what creates attraction, owning your strengths, and confidently leading interactions. By sparking desire first, building connection naturally, and escalating with certainty, a man positions himself as someone worth pursuing rather than merely hoping to be chosen. 5. The myth of physical appearance and wealth in attraction. In the dating world, many men believe their success with women hinges primarily on their looks, wealth, or social status. This myth, however, often leads them to focus too much on external factors, thinking that if they achieve a certain level of physical fitness, acquire significant wealth, or wear the latest fashionable trends, they will naturally attract women. While these factors can certainly play a role in attraction, they are not the primary elements that create a lasting connection. Let's start with physical appearance. Many men believe that spending hours in the gym and developing a muscular body will make them irresistible to women. While it's true that a well-toned physique may grab attention at first glance, it does not guarantee that a woman will find you emotionally appealing or want to pursue a deeper connection with you. Women truly desire muscle definition, emotional security, intelligence, and a confident man. Women are drawn to a man for his physical appearance and inner confidence, which translates into how he interacts with her and others. A man who is comfortable in his skin, who doesn't need to boast about his achievements or constantly showcase his physique, is much more attractive than someone who relies solely on his appearance to gain attention. Confidence, after all, is one of the most powerful attractions. A man who exudes self-assurance, can converse and understands his worth will naturally draw others in. A confident man radiates a magnetic energy that surpasses the superficiality of physical features. This energy comes from a more profound sense of self, not defined by how others perceive him, but rather by how he perceives himself, and how he carries that self-assurance into every interaction. Now, let's talk about wealth. Some men spend years building their careers and accumulating financial success, believing they will automatically become more attractive to women once they reach a certain status. However, while financial security can be appealing, it is not the main driving force behind attraction. Many women are not looking for a man to rescue them with his wealth. They are looking for a man who is driven, ambitious, and passionate about his life's work. Wealth may attract attention, but it does not create the emotional bond a woman desires in a relationship. Women are more drawn to a man's qualities, his discipline, ambition, ability to stay focused on his goals, and how he handles challenges. Financial success and these personal qualities can make a man more appealing. However, economic success on its own will not create lasting attraction. Moreover, wealth and success can often create an illusion that a man's life is complete. Some men think that achieving high social or financial status means having everything a woman could want. But genuine connection is far more complex than providing luxury or status. Women want an emotionally present partner who will invest time, energy, and empathy into the relationship. Being wealthy doesn't automatically mean you will have the emotional depth required to foster a meaningful connection. As for fashion and grooming, While dressing well and maintaining good hygiene may improve a man's appearance, it is not the key to winning a woman's heart. Yes, first impressions matter, but lasting attraction comes from how a man makes a woman feel in his presence. A man who cares for himself and his appearance will naturally stand out. However, a man overly concerned with his outward image and neglecting how he engages with the world will often fall short when developing more profound connections. Women appreciate a man who is comfortable in his skin and whose style reflects his personality rather than one who simply follows trends to seek approval. Ultimately, the key to attraction lies in a man's ability to form a meaningful emotional connection with a woman. While physical appearance, wealth, and fashion can initially catch a woman's eye, they are not what keep her interested. Women are drawn to men who make them feel heard, valued, and emotionally safe. They are attracted to men who demonstrate a genuine passion for life, are emotionally available, and can create a space where both individuals can thrive. Rather than obsessing over external markers of success, men should focus on developing their confidence, improving their communication skills, and fostering self-awareness. Men need to recognize that the real key to attraction lies in the emotional and intellectual connection they can create. This connection is what fosters intimacy and drives lasting attraction. A man who invests in becoming well-rounded, emotionally mature, thoughtful, kind, and engaging will attract a woman who values those qualities over superficial traits. In conclusion, while physical appearance, wealth, and status may have some influence on attraction, they are far from the determining factors in a successful relationship. True attraction arises from authenticity, confidence, emotional intelligence, and the ability to connect on a deeper level. A man who cultivates these qualities is far more likely to build a meaningful and lasting connection than one who relies solely on external factors to win a woman's attention. 6. How to create attraction quickly. Attraction is often seen as something that builds over time, but it can be sparked within the first few minutes of a conversation. The ability to trigger attraction quickly lies in a few core traits: confidence, charisma, humor, and emotional strength. These qualities are magnetic and can spark interest in a woman, making her want to explore the potential of a deeper connection. When you understand how to exude these traits naturally, you create a strong initial connection that encourages her to engage more with you. Confidence is the most crucial element when creating instant attraction. Confidence isn't about being brash or overbearing, it's about being comfortable in your skin and showing that you're sure of yourself. A man who walks into a room with an easy posture, speaks purposefully, and looks people in the eye without hesitation is naturally appealing. Women are drawn to men who don't need validation from others because they already possess a sense of worth, whether speaking or listening. Confidence makes you stand out and sets the stage for a deeper connection. It shows that you're not afraid to be yourself, which is often precisely what a woman needs to see to feel intrigued. Charisma is the next critical factor in creating attraction. Charismatic people have the unique ability to draw others in without trying too hard. A man with charisma speaks with energy, shares his ideas confidently, and makes those around him feel like they're the most critical person in the room. This isn't something that can be forced, but rather it's about embracing your authentic self and letting your personality shine through. Charisma often comes from a genuine interest in others and a warm, engaging presence. It's not about being the loudest or most outgoing person in the room, but about creating an atmosphere where people feel comfortable, engaged, and eager to know more about you. Humor is one of the most powerful tools for quickly attracting someone. Women are naturally drawn to men who can make them laugh. Humor builds a sense of comfort and eases any tension at the start of a conversation. A good sense of humor doesn't require you to be a comedian, but it does mean that you can make light of a situation, share playful banter, or even offer a quick-witted remark that brings joy. Humor indicates emotional intelligence, which suggests you can connect with her deeper. By making her laugh, you show that you're focused on impressing her and making her feel good, which is a desirable trait. Emotional strength is equally important in creating attraction. Women are naturally drawn to men who are emotionally resilient, grounded, and self-assured. A man who can handle stress calmly, navigate challenging conversations with maturity, and maintain control of his emotions is incredibly appealing. Women appreciate men who do not crumble under pressure but stand firm, showing they can handle life's challenges gracefully. Emotional strength is about maintaining composure, staying true to your values, and having the mental fortitude to make decisions without being easily swayed by emotions. This strength signals that you're worth building a relationship with, because you provide stability, security, and reliability in small and big moments. When these traits come together, they create an immediate sense of attraction. Once the attraction is triggered, a woman becomes naturally open to deeper interaction. She may find herself drawn to learning more about you, wanting to spend more time together, and curious about where this initial spark could lead. This initial connection is about creating an environment where your offer makes her feel comfortable, valued, and intrigued. Instead of relying on specific signs or trying to perfect the interaction, it's about allowing yourself to embody the traits that naturally make you appealing authentically. You've already set the tone for what comes next when the attraction is sparked early. Rather than impressing her, you should focus on being genuine and authentic in your approach. Let your confidence, charisma, humor, and emotional strength speak for themselves. These qualities will make her feel seen and interested, creating the foundation for a relationship to grow. Rather than overthinking, trust in the qualities you bring to the table. Confidence is key. Shoot your shot with the understanding that even if a particular moment doesn't lead anywhere, you're still showcasing the best version of yourself. Once attraction is triggered, women will want to see where things go. They become open to deeper connections, testing the waters to see if they can build something meaningful. It's not about rushing into anything or waiting for a specific sign, but creating an engaging atmosphere that naturally invites exploration. Everything matters in the first few minutes: your energy, how you present yourself, and how you make her feel. When these elements align, the attraction becomes effortless, and the opportunity for a deeper connection unfolds. 7. Final thoughts. Mastering attraction through conversation. The ability to spark attraction through conversation is one of the most valuable skills a man can possess in dating. It's not simply about having the right words at the right time. It's about knowing how to engage on a deeper level and how to make a woman feel seen, heard, and valued, all while maintaining your authenticity. When a man can master the art of creating attraction through genuine and captivating conversation, he creates opportunities for stronger connections and more fulfilling relationships. The core principle is that attraction is not just a matter of physical appearance or a carefully rehearsed line. It's about the energy, emotions, and connection you convey in your interactions. By learning how to converse with confidence and intention, you can create attraction naturally and effortlessly. The secret is knowing what to say and how to say it in a way that resonates with the woman you're speaking with. It's about being honest, authentic, and accurate to yourself. However, many men fear rejection because they don't know exactly what to do or say. This fear often stems from a lack of confidence or a misunderstanding of attraction. Men who fear rejection tend to overthink their approach, which creates anxiety and hesitation. The key to overcoming this is learning that the best way to deal with the fear of rejection is to stop trying to control the outcome. When you focus on building rapport and having a meaningful conversation, the pressure of needing to win the interaction fades away. Rejection becomes less of a threat when you understand it's not about being perfect. It's about connecting with someone who resonates with you. A confident man who knows how to approach a woman with genuine intent is far more attractive than one who is uncertain and desperate for approval. By developing a clear strategy for creating attraction, focusing on authenticity, active listening, humor, and emotional intelligence, men can engage women in ways that foster a connection rather than trying to impress them or follow a script. Confidence comes from knowing you don't need to be anyone other than yourself. Women can sense authenticity, and it's far more magnetic than any rehearsed line could ever be. As you master these techniques and gain more experience, you'll see a significant shift in your interactions with women. The more natural and confident you become in your approach, the more likely you attract women who align with your values, interests, and energy. Over time, this will lead to deeper, more meaningful connections with women who are genuinely interested in you, not just your surface-level traits. But beyond just attracting more women, mastering the art of conversation allows you to create relationships built on trust, understanding, and mutual respect. You move beyond the superficial when you can hold a conversation that flows effortlessly and sparks a genuine connection. You tap into something deeper, something that fosters lasting attraction. The beauty of learning to attract women through conversation is that it's not about changing who you are to fit an ideal. It's about understanding how to engage with women genuinely and compellingly. It's about showing up as yourself and finding a woman who appreciates you for that. The more you refine these conversational techniques, the more you attract women who see your true worth and are ready to build something real. In the end, mastering attraction through conversation is not just about gaining women's attention. It's about building confidence, enhancing communication skills, and attracting higher quality relationships. The power lies in creating connections through your words and actions, which will serve you well in dating and life. By approaching each conversation with intention and authenticity, you'll naturally attract the type of women who genuinely resonate with who you are and what you stand for. And as your confidence grows, so will your success in building the meaningful relationships you desire. Attraction isn't a logical decision, it's a biological reaction. When a man triggers the right emotions, a woman feels drawn to him in a way that goes beyond conscious choice. Unlike men who experience instant attraction based on looks, women respond to deeper signals: confidence, charisma, emotional strength, and social intelligence. These traits activate the same chemical responses in a woman's brain that make her crave connection, just as the sight of delicious food makes the mouth water. Most men fail not because they aren't good-looking or wealthy enough, but because they don't understand how attraction works. Trying to be her friend first, avoiding tension, or focusing only on career success while ignoring social skills leads to disappointment. A man who masters the ability to spark attraction immediately through presence, humor, and emotional control stands out effortlessly. He doesn't need to force anything or wait for her to realize his worth. She feels it instinctively. Ultimately, attraction isn't about what you have, but how you make her feel. When you understand the interaction flow, rejection no longer feels like a mystery and confidence becomes second nature. What are your thoughts? Have you noticed these patterns in your own experiences? Share in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on attraction, relationships, and personal growth.